Hi, ladies and gentlemen. For anyone who's here yet, sorry about the delay. We've got a little bit of a delay, but we should start in just a moment. Come on in and make yourselves comfortable. Thought I would go ahead and start. That way we can just go live when our guest gets here. Welcome, welcome. I'm glad y'all are here. Whoever is here, make yourselves comfortable. I'm waiting on my guest. There was a little bit of mix up with the link, but I believe we have it now. So I'm going to go ahead and set all these. I believe we finally got the issue fixed with the video. It was on our end. I didn't realize that, of course. Let me just check my text to make sure that he is on his way. Okay, he is restarting. He should be here in just a moment. Hi, come on in. Make yourselves comfortable. We'll get you a cold beverage. Okay, Buddy is here. Buddy Jewel, let's bring him on.
Hello.
Buddy.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
I hear you. I don't see you, but that's all right.
You don't see me. Well, that's
No, ma'am.
weird.
I just see me.
Uh
I'm tired.
oh.
I'm tired of looking at me.
Well, that's weird. Why don't you see me? Well, I even put jewelry on for you and everything, buddy.
Oh
Gosh,
my goodness, Miss Carolyn. Well, I had on everything. I got. I mean, I got
I know
booted
you
up.
look great. Do
Oh,
you
thank you.
see me now?
No, ma'am, I don't. But you know what? Let me. I don't know where to go to look for you. I just
Hey,
see a big
Sarah, I'm
old.
glad you're here.
I see a
Um,
big old fat me on here. See. Well, I see. I see you now. I see you smiling. I,
okay,
I
there
saw
I
your
am.
eyes blink.
I should be right next to you. You're big on my
Yes.
screen right next to me. You got it now?
Okay,
Awesome.
I see you now. Jesus.
Awesome. Hey,
Okay.
welcome back, buddy. I'm so glad you decided to join us back. I couldn't help it. I told my husband, I said, "Does Buddy know he actually is coming back here?" I'm super
Do I
glad to
know
have you
what?
back. I asked my husband, "Do you think he knows he's coming back on Carolyn's Corner?" But
Yeah, I knew.
I'm
I,
so
I absolutely.
well. I am so glad that you came back. I really am. We have Rhonda Cornwell, and we had an issue with our video, and that's why you had a little bit of a different link. I finally figured out what the issue
Yes.
was. And now I'm clear and you're a little blurry. What in the
Okay.
world is going on? I swear. But let's go ahead. Oh, thank you, Adriana.
I don't know.
Adriana, yes. Canadian. I can't pronounce it. She says she likes my hat. I wore my hat for you too, buddy. See? Sarah, Rhonda, and
It looks
Adriana.
great.
Hi, ladies. Thanks for being here. Yeah, thank you. And so do you. It's so good to have you back. So, are you going to want to play a little bit of acoustic tonight, you think?
If you want me to, I'm happy to do that.
I think that would be cool because we didn't get to do it last time and they muted all of your videos last time because they're like, oh no, this is
Oh, they
definitely
did.
Buddy's Jewel song. Yeah, and now Facebook has a way
Oh,
where you can dispute it. But I would love for
yeah.
you to play a couple of them live if you'd like to. But I do
I
have the Sweet
absolutely
Southern
be
Comfort
happy to.
video. That'd be
Okay.
great. Thank you so very much. So you're a little
You
blurry. I
bet.
don't know why. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Now you're blurry and I'm clear. I don't understand what's going on. But oh, hi,
Well,
Rhonda. Y'all, let me introduce you, okay? So, ladies, this is the incredibly talented, and I'm super excited to have you back, Mr. Buddy Jewel. Yes, I wish I had a big audience behind me.
uh,
We'd be cheering. Um,
it's all
like I
good.
said, I'm super happy to have you back. and we even fixed everything up for you. I was trying to fix up the backdrop. So, buddy, I know most people were here last time, but go ahead if you don't mind and tell everyone just a little bit about yourself, like what brings you here today, you know, how you got your start, or you know, whatever you'd like to share with us.
Well, I moved to Nashville back in 1993, so I've been there for going on 32 years. I spent 10 years as a studio singer in town. I worked for every famous singer you could imagine: Harlan Howard, Don Slitz, guys like that, singing their demos, and they would take my recordings and play them for guys like Garth Brooks and George Strait, hoping they'd like my version enough that where they would want to record their own version of the songs. I sang on over 4,000 of those recordings in about a 9-year period. And several of those went on to be big #1 songs. Write This Down for George Strait was Song of the Year. And
Wow.
I sang a couple of others, a song called Little Past Little Rock for Leanne Womack. And Gary Allen had a #1 song with a song called The One that I sang the demo on. And then tons of other, what they call, I guess, album cuts for Montgomery Gentry, Trace Atkins, George Jones, and so on.
Yes, sir.
2003 rolled around. I auditioned for and wound up on a television show called Nashville Star. It was on the USA Network, and I'm proud to say that God blessed me and let me be the first season 1 winner of that television show, Nashville Star. Had a couple of big hits with a song I wrote about my daughter called Help Pour Out the Rain. Lacey's song was my first big hit. And then we followed that up back to back with a song called Sweet Southern Comfort that I'm probably more known for. And we've been going at it, running around the world. We're in a Cowboys 2003. So I'm blessed. So that's kind of it. I guess that's really the Reader's Digest version, Miss Green.
Oh, I like that. And speaking of that, I miss Reader's Digest. I don't even know if they still make them. I think that's beautiful. And he honestly did bless you. And you know, it's been a long time. It really has been a long time. But I told you last time, I remember that show. I watched it because I thought, oh, I've got to see this show. So I think it's so incredible to have you on. And I'm still just honored to have you on and all the great things that you're doing. I really, really mean that, buddy. Thank you so very much. So the song Sweet Southern Comfort, you want to tell them, I know you just celebrated the anniversary of that song. You want to tell them a little bit about what y'all did in observance of that anniversary?
Yeah. So a gentleman I'm working with, Brandine, actually approached me and said, hey, you know, it's 20-year anniversary coming up of both the songs. And he said, I think you should re-record one of them and maybe get some of your friends with you. And so Sweet Southern Comfort lended itself better to multiple artists, better so than Help Pour Out the Rain, Lacey's song. So I contacted Clint Black. If you guys watched the show 21 years ago, Clint was our mentor on the TV show. And one of the things is whoever won that first season, Clint was going to produce their first record for Sony Records, for Columbia Records. And so Clint and I got to be friends recording the record. And he did a hell of a job on it. We probably have a Guinness Book of World Records, no kidding, from start to finish, putting an album together and having a hit song off of it. We did it. We started working on it on May the 5th or so of that year, and we had it finished and within 2 weeks. And the record label we were so far ahead of them, the record label couldn't put it out as soon. They finally, actually, I think it came out July the 1st, debuted at #1 on the R&R charts, the top, the hot hits or whatever the thing was.
Yes, sir.
It was the highest debuting song of any new artist in over a decade. That was Help Pour Out the Rain. Sweet Southern Comfort followed up in October that year, became a huge hit. Clint produced that, so he was the first call that I made. And I said, man, you know, you're one of the main reasons this song was a hit the first time around, and I can't imagine doing you celebrating 20 years. And Clint, being the great guy he is, said, just tell me what you want to do. What do you want me to do? And so he's singing on it. He's playing harmonica on it. And then Marty Rabin and I have known each other for a long time. We run into each other several different places. And my bass player, Mitchell Brown, who produces my records nowadays, has a connection with Marty, and a friend of ours that plays banjo for Shenandoah. Donnie Allen got in
Nice.
touch with Marty and said, "Hey, buddy, wants you to sing on this." And Marty called me and said, "Yeah, man, I'd love to be part of this." He said, "I've always loved that song," and so he got on board. And then the Bellamy Brothers was just kind of a fluke thing. I had opened for them in North Carolina just a few months before we decided to do this thing, and I thought, gosh, it'd be great to have those guys on it. That's that. Well, all
Yeah.
those guys are star power, but they've been going at it. I remember hearing them first time when I was in junior high school, and so
Yes,
I
sir.
got a hold of. I got in touch with David and Howard, and they said, "Yeah, man, we're in." And so just tickled to death to get all those great artists on it with me. We shot a video. It was tougher. Of course, nowadays with digital music the way it is, I did my vocals I came in a studio out in Murfreesboro. No telling where Clint did his. Marty, I think some fellow down in Alabama. He did his in the studio there, and the Bellamy's did theirs in Florida somewhere, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my
And they got
gosh.
them all emailed or Dropbox together, and I put those things
Isn't
together, and
that
then we
something
tried to
that you could, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, you're
Sorry.
you're
I was
you're
just
right.
gonna
I
say
mean, yeah, herding squirrels
it's
is what
hard
it'd
to
be like. Well, it's okay. Well, you
yeah,
kind of
I know,
broke
and
up.
you couldn't do that now, and that's just amazing that you all did it in different areas of the United States, and somehow it came together.
Yeah.
I just think that is the big advantage of the digital era, with being able to do that, because you never could have done that before. I think that's absolutely incredible, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, buddy.
No. No, I was just going to say the video was the hardest thing to do because trying to get all four of us together was just. And so I had to go camp out like Marty. I met him in the parking lot of a Kroger before they were heading to Arizona, and we filmed sitting on the back end of a pickup truck with the bus in the background. And then the Bellamy's, I met them at a hotel in Franklin, and we took them over to my daughter's in-laws' house to film over there with the rocking chairs. And then I went to Clint's house to film Clint's part. Trying to get those three entities together was going to be impossible unless we were able to do it one at a time. So, but the videographer Dusty did a phenomenal job, and we had a great time doing it. But it was the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, that's crazy. You had to drive get all over the United States just to get them together. But yeah, it came out so good. You would never know that it was, kind of put together like a big giant puzzle. So I do have that video.
Yeah,
Did you want me to go ahead and play that, or do you want to play acoustically for us tonight on that song?
play the video for them. Let them hear those guys singing and
I think so.
seeing all that. I think that'd be for you.
That would be great. Thank you so much, buddy. So welcome everyone. I'm so glad you guys and gals are here. You're in for a treat. This is Buddy Jewell with Clint Black, the Bellamy Brothers, and what is his name again? I never can remember. Rayburn, right?
It's Marty Rayburn from Shenandoah, lead singer of Shenandoah.
Rayburn. Yes. Thank you. I don't know why I can never remember his name. Okay, so here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Let's play it. It's such a great video and such a great song. Here we go.
Misty sunrise in my hometown, rose of cotton by.
Well, obviously that is not the video. Let me get the right one. While we're waiting, I have so many because I have them from last time and from this time. I'm like, oh my gosh. Hey, it happens. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, but that's okay. I'm gonna get it.
That's what happens with live.
I know. For real, especially to me. Okay, let me find it here. Golly. Oh, that's embarrassing. Honestly, I have so many different ones.
You need an engineer or something like that. You know?
I sure do, buddy. Thank you. Maybe keep talking about it. Maybe I'll get one of these days. You know what? I'm just going to cheat.
That's me.
I'm just going to cheat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cheating is sometimes better.
You go ahead. I tell you what, while you're doing that, for a new song that I wrote that we'll do later here in the broadcast. But I can get it tuned right now, waiting on you.
That sounds perfect. Yeah, I can't believe I got the wrong song. Well, you know, like I said, it happens.
Okay with me, Miss Carol.
Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
All right, this thing's in tune when I bought it.
Got a little out of tune, did it?
Are you saying I have to tune it?
I like that. This thing was in tune when I bought it. That's funny. I'm hearing all kinds of cool sayings. Last night we had a great guy on, David Alex Martin, and he told me he said, I wrote this riff. He said, and when I wrote this, it's a song. And I thought, that's cute. You know what I mean? It's downloading right now. Again,
You're all good.
Apologize. I'm here. I just can't see you, but I'll be back.
Okay, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
By the way, good. Have you been doing okay?
We've been doing great. It's been kind of, yes, ma'am. It's been kind of a squirrely year for us. I mean, last year was a really huge year for us. We spent time in we were in
oh my God,
in the Faroe Islands, Spain, Austria, Germany, Denmark, Sweden, and Ireland, and just had a great time. My wife now, she helps sell T-shirts out on the road and keep me straight.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, so we had a blast last year. It's been a little slow this year. You know, the economy's kind of crazy, but praise God,
it really is.
We hadn't missed a meal or a payment, so that's all good.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, buddy, I completely agree with that statement. If you could keep your head above water, especially with the price of everything. Okay, I think I have it now. So here we go. And I'm praying this is right. Okay, here we go, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Southern Comfort, Buddy Jewel and the gang. Here we go.
Misty sunrise in my hometown, rows of cotton about knee-high.
Mrs. Baker down the dirt road, still got clothes out on the line.
Erwin Nichols there with Judge Lee, playing checkers at the gin.
When I dream about the Southland, this is where it all begins. From Carolina down to Georgia, smell the jasmine and magnolia. Sleepy sweet home, Alabama, roll tide, roll. Muddy water, Mississippi, blessed Graceland whispers to me. Carry on, sweet Southern comfort, carry on.
Catching catfish on the river, chasing fireflies by the creek.
Kissing Gary Williams' sister on the porch homecoming week.
With rusty cars and weeping willows, keeping watch out in the yard.
Just a snapshot of down home Dixie, could be anywhere you are. In Carolina or in Georgia, open arms are waiting for you. Louisiana, Yellow Rose, San Antone, Arkansas, Mississippi, Old Man River whispers to me. Carry on, sweet Southern
as I sit here, I'm surrounded by these priceless memories.
I don't have to think about it. There's no place I'd rather be than Carolina or in Georgia. Smell the jasmine and magnolia. Sleepy sweet home, Alabama. Roll Tide, roll. Muddy water, Mississippi. Blessed Graceland whispers to me. Carry on, sweet southern comfort. Carry on, sweet southern comfort. Carry on.
Hey,
All right.
we made it back.
Beautiful. I know. And I love that song. I really do. You know, for me, when I hear it, then it's in my head for hours and hours, for real. It's just such a great song. Congratulations. Congratulations on that song.
Walt Disney's It's a Small World After All does that to me.
Yeah, it gets stuck in your head all day. You're like, oh, get out of my head.
Well, the worst one is Freddie, and I'll have it now. I'm going to say it. Freddie Fender's "Wasted Days and Wasted Nights."
Oh.
It drives me nuts. I will, at 2:00 in the morning, I'm going to think about you, Miss Carolyn, for making me bring that up.
That's hilarious. Oh my God. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's weird how songs get stuck. But you know what? That's what you want when you're a singer-songwriter, I guess. You want it to be stuck in people's head. They'll be like, who is that guy that sings that song? You know that song.
Yes.
Beautiful. I love it. Oh my gosh. And such a great video. It is so cool that you were able to get those guys together. I mean, you know, those all of them are legends. I mean, really, it's weird to me to see, you know, all these years later, to see Clint Black and the Bellamy and all them, you know what I mean, together, because time has gone by so fast. It feels like it hasn't been any time at all. And it's like, how can we all be getting older? All of us, you know, it's like, man, and the fact that they're still doing what they love, I love that. Yeah. I really
do.
What?
And what we realized, and this was totally incidental, but we realized after we finished it that it represented 4 decades of country music. The Bellamy's, Marty from the 80s, Clint came around in 89, 90, whatever. He's that big class of 89 with Garth and all that bunch. And then me from the 2000s. And so it was it just kind of wild how that mapped out was 40 represented in that video. So that's really cool.
Isn't that something? And, you know, during those 40 years, to me, I don't think now it's changed a lot now. But to me, in that gap of time, it didn't change significantly. Right? Do you agree? I mean, now we have what they're calling the new country, you know, which to me sounds completely different. But all of, you know, to me, all of those generations were similar. You know, it didn't change as dramatically. I love it. I love it.
That's the golden years of country music, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I take
Amen to that. Amen to that.
50s and 60s too. You got to throw all that in there. But those 4 decades were just kind of all really meshed together really well, and so I thought it was really cool.
Yeah, that's really amazing, and it didn't happen on purpose. It just happened by coincidence. So Miss Jamie is here. She said, yes, that song grabs you by the bootstraps and hangs on. Love it, buddy. Oh my gosh. I love the way she is so poetic. I just love it. She's a songwriter as well.
Is she a songwriter? I was going to say that sounds like something.
She is. Yeah. She's in Arkansas. We have Sammy Nye Davison here. I'm so glad you're here, sweetheart. She said, hey there. Rhonda Cornwell is back. I'm so glad. Yes, ma'am. It's Buddy Jewel. And it's Rhonda said it's an honor. Nadina, I'm never sure if I'm saying your name right, sweetie. She said, love your hat. She said my hat, but I know she loves yours too.
Well,
I can see you both on Facebook. And Sarah's here and said hi, Carolyn.
Good
hey,
deal.
Carolyn. So I want to make sure I get into everybody, get everybody's comment. You know how important that is.
Tell me
So
about it.
I know you do a lot of Facebook Lives, and I watch you as often as I can. And RH found you. Thank you, sweetie, for finding us.
Yeah.
So I'm here
good
with
deal.
Buddy Jewel, and yes, and so y'all, after the show, go back and rewind it and watch the video. Okay, Buddy's gonna play something live for us here, and I'm gonna just have you tell us what you're going to play. I'm going to give you the whole screen to yourself. Aren't you? Don't get scared now.
Oh, wow. You're not a scare feller.
I know.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
Well,
okay, go ahead, buddy. Tell them what you're going to play, and I will be over here waiting.
Okay, Miss Carolyn. Well, I want to treat you guys to what I call a brand new song. As I was telling Carolyn earlier, we got to spend a lot of time in 6 different countries last year. 7, excuse me. We were very blessed. We spent, which was just one of the most phenomenal times of my career. It was incredible. We stayed in this beautiful castle, which is just out of this world. Or Johnny Cash had stayed there, and Patsy Cline had stayed there. Incredible. I did a concert there in their I don't know if you call it a cathedral or whatever, but it was a church, which was really neat. But anyway, so we were there for 10 days, and the weather was beautiful the whole time, which is strange for early September. And it was beautiful the entire time. It didn't rain. And then the very last day we were in Dublin, and it finally started raining. And we had several fans that made the trip with us and did this as a really special thing. And then my wife's sisters, Marion and Michelle, were with us. The girls just had a wonderful time hanging out. But it's raining, and one of the sisters goes, well, hey, we're in Dublin. It might as well start raining, because it hadn't. And I thought, the last day in Dublin, I thought that might sound like that a song idea. So Christmas break, I wrote this song, and I included the sisters as co-writers because I'd have never thought of the idea if they hadn't come up with the thing about Last Day in Dublin. It's a misty Irish morning, and the ocean waves are roaring to the shore. My foggy mind is twisting like the road that runs up to the cliffs of Moher. I was hoping that the cold November wind and a pint of Jameson might help to numb the pain. It's as they end up like feeling nothing but the rain. Met her in the springtime, the forget-me-nots were turning bonny blue. And when I looked into her hazel eyes, it never was of this new. So when I violate, I know Texas heart of mine would never be the same. It's my last day in Dublin. I don't feel like feeling nothing but the rain. Should I tell my heart the truth, then just head on back to Houston, knowing she won't be that easy to forget? Should I stay and find a way to win her back, or couldn't I leave and end up being my biggest regret? Maybe in a couple years, or a couple years, right? when I hear those raindrops falling, and I feel the memory calling me at night. Back to a morning when she left without me, this empty bottle full of pain. It's my last day in Dublin. Wish I wasn't feeling nothing but pain. Yeah, it's my last day in Dublin. Wish I wasn't feeling nothing but nothing but the rain. Nothing but the rain.
Oh my goodness, buddy. What a beautiful song. Beautiful. I loved it. Yeah,
Thank
you're so welcome. And that's cool that she's our last day in Dublin. That's a great thing. That was good job on listening to that. You know what I'm saying? Because that does sound great. So let me see. Did I miss anybody? I'm trying to figure out why you are blurry. I don't know. Are you on your phone or your computer, sir?
I've got a little bourbon in my hand. Maybe that's making me blurry.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I never thought of that. Wouldn't that be funny if it was the truth? Well, cheers. Let me see. Where's my tea? I've got my tea. Well, cheers. There we go. That's funny. That was a good one, buddy. You should. That should be your next song. Maybe the bourbon's making me blurry. You know what? I think you're onto something. That would be a cute song.
If I write really that, you're getting half the writers, Miss Carolyn.
You got it. I'm here for it. I love it. I love it. That is a good idea, really. I never thought of that. Did you want to play another one for us, sir?
Well, I got to tune this guitar. We can talk while I put a special tuning on it to play that song. And so I got to tune it back to regular. Okay. Yeah. I mean, hear me tune again.
Yeah, okay. So I remember you extending an invitation to your fans to come with you to that trip. On that trip, are you going to do anything like that again, or is it going to be an annual thing?
No, well, we're not doing it. We didn't do it this year. I don't think it's going to be an annual thing. It's so hard and it's so expensive. I was just amazed.
I can imagine. Ooh, I bet.
Yeah, I was amazed at the people that came this. We did it as kind of a one-off thing for us, you know. But I would love to do it, especially if we went to Ireland again, you know.
I know. I was going to say, what an amazing opportunity, though, to be able to do that at least in your lifetime. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people do not get that opportunity. And I'm like you. I think it's incredible that you had some of your fans come along. I mean, that is beautiful. So let me see. RH, and it says Straw Becky is RH. Okay.
Yeah.
So Straw Becky. Yeah, I love that.
Straw Becky's been a fan for many, many years. She's a great lady from down around.
Oh, well, thank you for being here, Straw Becky. That's such a cool name. I love it. So Jamie said the best songs write themselves, like Legacies in Time. Love all your music. Wow, Jamie, Jamie just come out when she breathes. Everything you say, Jamie, beautiful, sweetheart.
Now,
and Straw Becky, thank you for being here.
Did I hear you say that Jamie's from Arkansas?
She's from Jamie, I think, is in Oklahoma, right, Jamie? Oklahoma cowgirl. Is it Oklahoma, Jamie? I think so.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah,
go ahead.
Okay.
No, I'm back in tune whenever you're ready.
I'm ready whenever you are. If you're ready, I'm ready. Oklahoma. Jamie's in Oklahoma. She's in Oklahoma. Right. So the bourbon's making me blurry. Now it's stuck in my head. The bourbon's making me. Do I look? I don't know. Now it's stuck in my head. All right, let me get off the screen. What are you going to sing for us next, hon?
Well, I figure I probably ought to do another Texas song. I think we're mainly broadcasting into your bunch there in Texas, if I'm not
Yes, sir. That would be
mistaken.
great.
Here's a
Okay, I'm
song
going
I
to get
wrote
off
with
the screen and let you tell us.
All right. I wrote this tune with a buddy of mine. His name's Jim Weaver. He's from Red Oak, Texas. He at one time he lived in Midland, all that good stuff. But good old Texas fella. And when I moved to Nashville back in 1993, I got what they call a ramper for American Eagle Airlines. If you ever remember those American Tourister commercials back when the gorilla was throwing the luggage around, well, that was me in the gorilla suit. Anyway, I remember I called Jim one day from work. I said, hey, meet me at my house when I get off work. I got this great idea for a song. And he said, well, what is it? And I'm from Arkansas, trying to honor my home state. My wife's from Texas. When I married her, she said I got grandfathered in. So, but I'm always trying to put, Arkansas in a good light, right? And I said, I got this idea. It's called I Can See Arkansas on Her Mind. And my friend Jim said, buddy, that, and he was probably right. He said, if you're going to write a good song, you need to put something Texas in it. So he got to the house, and we sat out on a picnic table and got an atlas out of Texas. And we were looking for something to replace Arkansas. Word, a town, a county, a city. And we came up with this. She said her mind was made as she put on her makeup, that there was nothing here for her. She just packed up her suitcase. She walked right out that front gate with her taxi waiting at the curb. Too many empty nights I realized it's a crying shame. It took her tears to open up my eyes. I should have seen. Now I believe on her mind. Early than me and Tennessee far behind. Should have seen her growing lonely, all alone there waiting on me. All the warning signs were there, but I was blind. I should have seen Abilene on her mind. Last night the band played dance. I sang the song I wrote about. You could feel the sadness in the air. And after the show was over, I felt a hand there on my shoulder. Turned around and found her standing there. She said, after all these years, your dreams came true. And the wedding man there on her hand told me that hers had too. Well, I should have seen Abilene on her mind. Her leaving me and Tennessee far behind. Should have seen her growing lonely, all alone there waiting on me. All the warning signs were there, but I was blind. I should have seen Abilene on her mind. I should have seen Abilene on her mind.
Of course, excellent. Of course, excellent. Of course, if you would have said Arkansas, you wouldn't have had to hold out that note as long. I loved it though. I really did. But the whole time you're singing it, I'm like, man, but I see where you came with. I should have seen Arkansas. I was like, that was clever too. I loved it though, but Arkansas would have been a lot shorter. You just said Arkansas.
But not
Man, that's
poetic.
beautiful,
Yeah.
buddy.
Uh,
Did you ever think of that, man? Why did I pick Abilene? I had to hold out that note every time.
I tell you
said
what,
Abilene.
there's certain songs in my show that I have to make sure I don't sing too close to, so
Yeah.
I have to be
Yeah, you didn't
strategic
get many
where I place
chances
that
to
one.
take a big breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great though. Really
Thank
great.
you.
I like it. Are you going to put that those two on your album? Are you going to be doing a
Well,
new album anytime soon?
I'm slowly working on it. I need to find a sugar daddy is what I need, or a sugar mama to pay for my
Yeah.
record. But I'm putting songs
Yeah.
together. Last Day in Dublin, definitely. Actually, Abilene was on Sony record. It's actually on the very first put out a self-produced one back. Oh my gosh, before now, and so there
Wow.
was a cut of it on, and it was the Columbia, the first Columbia record, and I had radio stations. It's really crazy. I would go do radio tour for Help Prout the Rain and Sweet Southern Comfort, and they would ask me, when are you going to put Abilene on Her Mind out as a single? And I couldn't talk the record label into doing it. And I'm like, this is
Oh no.
crazy. You got for it, and you won't put it out. So, third time might be a charm. Who knows?
Yeah, and why not? I mean, look, it's going to hit this time for sure too. I mean, it's a great song. It really is. And anything about Texas, it doesn't matter what city. You could be talking about Beeville or I am Beeville. No, it would not sound the same.
Yeah, Texas is Texas.
Yeah, exactly. If you're singing about Texas, you're the thing. You're it. Everybody loves Texas, including the ones that are here, all of us. I love it. That
I'm
was
sure you do.
beautiful.
Well,
Thank
I
you,
love
buddy. Thank you.
it. When I married my wife, who was living in Dallas. I was living out of a P.O. box in Southern Arkansas, Dallas. And for goodness, I guess 5 years before we left for Nashville. But I loved our time there in Texas. I remember, when you were, well, maybe I'm too old for everybody else, but used to, when you were a kid in elementary school, they'd have you write like what place you want to live, what kind of house do you want to have. You had to name 5 different, what are the 5 that little game. And then you'd pick a number between 1 and 5, and you'd mark out, and it finally come down to, you're going to marry such and such and live in a such and such and such and such. And so, and Dallas, Texas was always in my 5. And I always wanted to live in Texas.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a Texan.
Wow, that's cool.
I really am. So
that's really cool. So you dreamed of that even when you were a little boy. I think that's cool. Yeah. Well, you're Texan now anyway, like you said. Your wife, because of marrying her, what is it you said about being a Texan now?
Said she grandfathered
me, which is hilarious.
Yeah, she's told me.
Game was mash.
Yeah.
Jamie said the game was mash.
Said the what?
Jamie said the game was mash. See, Jamie remembers.
Oh, mash. Oh, thank you, Jamie. Yeah,
Jamie, you're amazing.
And I've been a Dallas Cowboys fan since I was a little boy. And so that was kind of a lot. In fact, Tanae says that was in the wedding vows, but we both had to be. She wouldn't marry anybody who wasn't a Cowboys fan.
It should have been if it wasn't. That's perfect. I love it.
Right.
Well, so far so good. I don't want to jinx them. Every year I pray and pray that our TV survives, because I'm just like, come on, Cowboys. Come on. Because one of these days, I'm afraid every year I'm like, oh, Lord, please let our TV survive. My husband is so mild-mannered, but he gets so frustrated at the Cowboys. But this year is going to be the year, buddy.
I certainly hope so.
Every year we say that.
At least we were living there during the last Super Bowl period. That was exciting. They had to get me one of them little sponge bricks that has Cowboys on it. So you can TV when they make a bad play.
Yeah, exactly.
How many TVs
Yeah, for real. And it's funny to me when I think about it because the last Super Bowl, my dad passed away in November and he just missed the last Super Bowl that way back then. And that's
Wow.
been a long time. So I'm like, come on, man, we're way overdue. So he
Way
was a
over.
diehard Cowboy fan too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Marie is here, Marie McConaughey, one of your biggest fans. She said, I just have a few minutes and I have to go back to the Opry. She's at the Opry. That lady, she just go, go, go.
Wow.
You think you go a lot, buddy.
Well,
Marie just goes a lot, I'm telling you.
Wow. Well, tell them I think.
I wish it was the Opry in, yeah, it's the Texas Opry in Victoria,
I don't
Texas,
care.
which I'm sure they would love to have.
I'll come to Texas Opry if they'll ask me.
I know.
You let me know.
Wouldn't that be something? Oh, that would be great. They would love to have you. Absolutely. Well, we don't joke about that, buddy, because we can make that happen. Her nephew runs the whole show. He's got the band and everything.
Wow. Well, I'm going to be,
man. You'd
I'm going to be in Texas here the early October. I'm in Willow Park the October 1st, and I was on the 2nd. So I'll be around. I'll be busy on Tuesday night. So, yeah.
Well, you know what? If you really want me to, I will definitely get Marie to check because you'd be oh my God, that would be incredible. They have the house band. You could just get up and do songs. Yeah. They're great. I mean, great.
Now,
absolutely. Marie, did you hear that? Are you still here?
Where they do the Texas Opry at? What town?
In Victoria, Texas.
Okay, I'm very familiar with Victoria. Yeah.
Yeah. It's about an hour north. I'm bad with northeast, south, and west, but I think it's an hour north of us because we're in Greenville. So yeah.
Okay, you got me.
Absolutely. So Marie, check it on. See what he says. So would you like to sing another one, or are you ready to head out, buddy?
No, let me sing.
I don't want to rush you, or
no, let me sing me to the dance. I'll tell you, I
love it.
My daughter Lacey, a Disney cruise for this song. You know.
I bet you. Yeah, you do, because she was young, right?
Well, yeah, she was at 3 years old when she asked me the question.
Oh my God!
And
yes,
and then the story behind it is just it's a God thing. It really is. You know,
absolutely
was taking her out to her daycare. My wife did the acrylic sculptured nails that all the ladies wore. She was great at it. Had a great clientele in Nashville, and then she built up a great clientele in Nashville. But I was taking Lacey out to a lady that did in-home daycare. Her name was Miss Kay, and Lacey's 3 years old. She's sitting in the back seat, you know, little car seat, and we're having a discussion about Jesus in heaven. Being a little sweaty pants at 3, said, "Well, Daddy, what if I don't want to go to heaven?" I said, "Well, you ought to rethink it because here the other place ain't got conditioning." So she got real quiet, and then a few minutes later, she said, "Well, Daddy, if I go to heaven, do you think God would let me help pour out the rain?" And I thought, wow, how sweet. You know, just out of the mouths of babes, right? But the songwriter in me didn't kick in until a few months later, you know. And I was in the middle of the night, I couldn't sleep, and back up to me, and then I kind of started getting this melody in my head. And I'd learned by then, by golly, when that happens in the middle of the night, you can ask Jamie. You get up and write, because if you think you're going to remember it the next morning, you won't. And praise God, I got up and wrote the song, and it was the first big hit for us. And the night that I played it on Nashville Star, my wife called me. We Nashville Star was kind of like Big Brother meets Survivor meets I can't remember what else it was, but so every week somebody got voted off, and they had us sequestered in this big house, so you couldn't use nothing like that. Had to live in this house with all the other contestants. Miranda Lambert was on the show with me, and anyway, I did that song on the show one night. And my wife called me. She said, "You're not going to believe this. This is crazy." She said, "Buddy," she said, "we have had," and back then we were paying for our little website by the bandwidth. You know, I don't know what that is today, but it was just a little bit of money. She said, "I'll download 10,000 messages, literally 10,000 messages from people, and it'll crash the site. And then when I get the site to come back up, I'll get another." I've had, I don't know how many times, 10,000 messages coming through about how people
Wow.
relate to that song. And so I thought, well, dang, I wrote a hit song, didn't even know it. And
Yeah.
so when I won, they had asked us a few weeks before, me, Miranda, John Buddy, down in Marble Falls, Texas. I were roommates on the show. So me, Miranda, my buddy Brandon Silvera out in California, and then Brandy. I'm trying to remember Brandy's last name, from Kentucky. We were the last five. We went in the studio with Clinton Black individually, and we're going to win. And they had to release a single. The show was going to end on Saturday, May 3rd, and they released a single on Monday, May 5th, the radio, electronically. So I got in the studio, Clint, and he said, well, Sony said that you can actually, to choose between, you can do Help Pour Out the Rain, or you can do Abilene on Her Mind. And I said, well,
yeah,
thank you. I said, I know what happened when I sang Help Pour Out the Rain on the show. A lot of, a big response on Abilene on Her Mind, but nothing like Help Pour Out the Rain. I said, I think I ought to record that. And I said, what do you think? He said, I think you imagine if you do both of them, it's going to fight the record label, and you may not get Help Pour Out the Rain. And he said, besides that, when Lisa heard it, you made her cry. So it made Clint's wife cry. And I said, well, that's one we're putting out. So
absolutely. It is.
Yeah.
It's just such an amazing, amazing story.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. And after this song, I want to tell you something, because if I don't, I'm going to hate myself for not telling you this. Okay, I'm going to go off the screen and give you the whole screen. I'm so excited to hear it again, especially you playing it live. This is exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here's Buddy Jewell with Help Pour Out the Rain.
La da dee 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 dee. La da 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 dee 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 dee. The moment was made to order. I was right there on our way back from Monroe. Dude, she started playing 20. I never would. This one could touch me. She said, Daddy, when we get to heaven, can I taste the Milky Way? Are we going there to visit, or are we going there to stay? Am I going to see my grandhouse here with me? Do you think that God could use another angel to help pour out the rain? La da 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 dee 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 dee. Well, I won't lie, I pulled that car right over, and I sat there on the shoulder trying to dry my misty eyes. And I whispered, Lord, I want to thank you for my children. The sons that builds them often takes me by surprise. Daddy, when we get to heaven, are we going there to visit, or are we going there to stay? Am I going to see my grandpa? Can I have their way? Do you think God could use another angel to help pour out the rain? Well, I thought about it, and a smile came to my mind when I tucked her in bed. I on my knees and pray, Lord, when I get to heaven, can I taste the way? I don't want to visit, 'cause I'm coming home to stay. I can't wait to see my family and meet Jesus face to face. And do you think, Lord, you could use your angel to help pour out the rain? Can I help pour out the rain? Can I help pour out the rain? La da 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 dee 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 dee.
Oh my goodness. You can't get any better than that. What a beautiful song and a beautiful story. I've always loved that song.
Thank you.
So I want to read the comments that that Marie left, because these are about the Opry real quick. I don't want to forget. She said, I just found out that you were on the cruise that her nephew was on. John L. Sullivan was on. If I can get John to get you on, what would it take? And we can talk about that after the show.
Yeah.
I will definitely check with John. I think you met him on a cruise not long ago, so I don't know. Crossroads Country Opry, Victoria, Texas. John is her cousin. I always get it mixed up. I always think he's her nephew.
Okay.
Great story, but I have to run. Message me and I will talk to John. Let me know when you are going to be in Texas and what it will take to get you to be on here. Yeah, that would be so great. Oh my God, that would be amazing. And I just said, okay, I'll read those to him. I'll read those to him. And what I was gonna tell you about, if you could hang around right after I end the show, I'll tell you kind of in private, if that's okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Did you have another song that you'd like to play for us, hon? Let's see.
Hey.
Okay. Well, man, buddy, I hate to say man, buddy. I am so glad that you came
No, you're
back.
good.
I know, it's like, oh, it's just buddy. We're like good old friends. I really am so glad that you came back, and I want to encourage you to please come back again anytime. Well, we are booked up all the way till January. I'm happy to say
Praise God.
really, we've done almost 200 shows now. Yeah, isn't that crazy? That's
Yes, ma'am.
Insane. Yes, and I'm just so proud, and I love being able to bring on artists like yourself, especially for those independent artists as well, because you really inspire them and encourage them. Before we close out, is there a piece of advice that you would give to an aspiring songwriter, or maybe these, we have so many independent singer-songwriters that are coming on the show. Is there like a piece of advice you think would be good for you to give them that you?
Well,
that would
nowadays, it seems to me that, and I'm not really good at it, but obviously today's social media drives so much of it. And,
yes, sir.
You need to, if you're not already heavily involved in Facebook, Instagram, I won't tell you get involved with TikTok, because I kind of feel like a former president of ours felt about it. I don't think it's really safe. But anyway, heavily involved in your social media, have a post something just about every day, so people, you stay in their mind, because out of mind, out of sight, out of sight, out of mind, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Advice I should follow. But my biggest,
that always is.
My biggest give any new artist is, and I tell this to every one of them: if somebody really believes in you, if someone comes to you and says, "Hey, I can make you a star, I can get you put their money into it behind you," then it's probably good. But if they say, "Give me $10,000, run like hell," that's what I tell you. Don't spend your money.
That's good advice.
Yeah, don't give anybody your hard-earned money. If somebody really, really believes in you, they will put their money behind you.
Wow, that's great advice. And let me ask you a couple of questions. We just had this talk last night. When you're doing a demo to try to get it recorded by a big artist like yourself, should you make that demo studio quality to where all they have to do is say, okay, I'm going to record it just like that? Or, because that's what one person was told, or can it just be a simple guitar with a melody? What do you think?
Both. I think if your song, you think if it really, and there's like, I don't know. I mean, my song, Last Day in Dublin, I think just a simple acoustic mix of that, because of the style of song it is fine. If it's a really rocking kind of thing, or a country, a rock kind of deal, then I say put more instrumentation on it.
Okay.
If you could, great. But I know, I know just about all and I sang on both. I sang on tons of demos with full band where there's just a guitar player or a piano player on them.
Okay.
It just main thing is get a really good quality sound recording of it. If it's a great song, they should be able to hear it as an acoustic version or a piano version, whatever, and get a really good singer on it. The first they hear somebody that can't sing trying to sing your hit song, it don't matter how good it is. It sounds like crap because somebody who's singing it shouldn't be. So find you a really good singer. Find you a good studio. You don't have to come to Nashville to get it done. I mean, nowadays with technology and everything, you can get studio quality stuff done right there in Texas. Go to your local music store and ask for advice there. It's a great place to go to hook up with musicians, go to writers' nights, be present in your community. But as far as the recordings, it's kind of either or. I won't tell you not to do full band. I won't tell you not to do acoustic. It just kind of depends on the song.
That's great advice. And you are the perfect person to ask because you've done so many of those demos and recorded them for others. Because we just talked about this last night on the other show, because the artist that was on last night was told they need to be studio quality. And they said usually they'll do them exactly like you sound. And I thought, really? I heard the opposite. So you have really settled that. So it can be either or. That's really good to know.
It should be studio quality. You don't need to sit down with a phone and record it with a phone. You need to go into a studio with a good engineer. Yeah, you need to. I totally. I'm with studio quality, no matter how big the budget or the demo is. According to instrumentation. Don't send them a crappy recording. Studio quality. Yes, it doesn't have to be a full band. No.
It doesn't have to be a full band. Okay, well, that's really good because honestly, that was brought up last night and it was a perfect opportunity and it just popped in my head. That's how things work with me. Just popped in my head. Let me ask Buddy. Buddy will be the man to know.
And I, like I said, I sang on tons of demos and got a lot of cuts for people. And a lot of the times they would cop the demo. In other words, sing your note for note. And we had Nashville studio musicians playing on them. And that's the big difference. These guys have been working in those studios for years and they just play great music and they're just as good as all the guys making all the triple session money, playing all records. But yeah, I can't harp enough on make sure it's a good sound quality from a good studio. But a lot of times the record label, if they really like it, they'll just say, hey, I loved it, so why change anything? And they'll cut it just the way that you did.
I like that. Wow. So it really is. It depends. It depends on the song. It depends on that quality and how much they like it. Wow. That's great advice. Thank you, Buddy. Let me check these comments real quick. I read the ones about the Opry because that would be honestly great. Let me know for real.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let me see. Jamie said that song is exactly why Jesus said, let the children come unto me. They have an understanding better than most adults. Beautiful. Yes, Jamie. Yeah. Well, gosh, beautifully worded. Oh my goodness.
Maybe and children
yes. Which is Strawbeck. He said, thank you for having Buddy Jewel. We have enjoyed it very much. You are so welcome. Thank you for joining us, Strawbecky. I hope you'll be able to come back. And I know I'll forget your name. I'll be like, what was your real name again? I would love for you to come back. We do the show pretty much every Monday and Tuesday now. I would love to have you come back and join us every week. We've got some really great artists coming on. I just found out in November, your wonderful promoters have us Exile, one of the singers from Exile. So I'm super excited about that. Yes. Isn't that great?
That's great. Absolutely.
I told her I want to get more, bring me some more of the bigger artists because I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready. I don't know. I'll try not to talk over them too much. But,
there's like a little lapse between us digitally. There's a little lull. That's what our problem's been. We're good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, buddy, it has been an honor to have you on. It really has. And we'll need to get together and talk about the Opry thing because that would be great. It really would be. Ladies, and again, the ladies are all here for you, buddy. It's like, I love it. I love it. The ladies, they're like, oh, it's Buddy Jewel. We will be there. Ladies, I'm so, so glad that y'all joined us tonight. Really, it means the world to me. You could be anywhere, but you're here. And buddy, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. And I wish you nothing but the best and continued success in all you do. And please keep us in mind if you have another new release. You know, when you release something, let us know. We'd love to have you back anytime.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for being a blessing to me. All right.
Oh man, you too, for real, buddy. I mean that sincerely from my heart. Thank you so very much. Ladies, thank you so much. And if buddy, if you'll stick around just for a minute, I want to tell you something real quick and then I'll let you go. I'm keeping him hostage just for a second, y'all. Ladies, thank y'all so much, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you like, comment, and share. I know his video's a little boring. I get mine fixed. It's just one of those things. That's what happens in life. It's okay. But God bless you all. And thank y'all for being a blessing to me as well. That really means the world to me. Okay. Thank y'all so much. And we'll see you on Monday next week. God willing, and the creek don't rise. Good night.